Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Penguin Experience. My name is Jane, and I'll be introducing you to some pretty fabulous penguins here this afternoon, and slightly noisy as well this afternoon. Just before I do though, a quick reminder, if you're not already aware, very important please, that you turn the flashes off on your cameras. There is a good reason for this. These birds have very light sensitive eyes. They also have, incidentally, very keen eyesight. They see particularly well underwater, but their eyes, similar to those of nocturnal animals, camera flashes may damage them. So really important that you do double check those cameras. Anyone happen to know what sort of penguins these are?
Fairy penguins?
Blue penguin.
Little penguin, wow. Blue penguin, little penguin and fairy penguin. You're all right, 3 out of 3. That doesn't very often happen. But little penguin is the preferred common name. So you are very clever. But they're also known as fairy penguins and blue penguins. So 3 different common names for the same species of bird. Kids, which do you think is the most sensible name?
Little penguin.
Yeah, why would that be? Because they're little. Yeah, very good name, isn't it? They are very fast swimmers too. They're fantastic swimmers.
So they can catch their fish.
It is so they can catch their fish. You're pretty clever, aren't you? Do you know what? I love it when people join in and help me. I have to do this every day, so it's great when people help. So you speak up as much as you like, okay? So little penguin is certainly a very good name for them. They are the smallest of the world's penguin species. The ones we have here are fully grown. That's as big as they get. So the average weight for a little penguin between 1 and 1.5 kilograms. Oh, Perry, I think you could be slightly more than that. This one here, quite a big male, but these birds are very well fed. Having said that, you can't really overfeed a penguin, so they are still within a healthy weight range, although some of ours slightly more rounded than some of the wild birds. These ones are very well looked after. So 1 to 1.5 kilograms, the average weight for a little penguin. They stand, as you can see, around 30 to 35 centimetres high. So when you compare them to the world's largest of the penguin species, which is emperor penguin, when you compare them to emperor penguins, they really are very small. Emperor penguins stand over 1 metre high. So, excuse me, not ready yet. So these ones are very small indeed. But they're not only the world's smallest of the penguin species. I think we might start with Sassy here. So this one here is Sassy. Not only the world's smallest of the penguin species, they're also the only species of penguin you find living and breeding in Australia. Anybody here thinking that penguins needed ice and snow? Yeah? Yeah? I'm glad somebody admitted it. Every day people ask us, what on earth are we thinking keeping penguins here, isn't it too hot for them? These are Aussie penguins. Some of you may have heard the little barking noise they were making earlier. That is actually penguin for g'day mate. So these ones are true Aussie birds. They're found all around our southern coastline, including Tasmania. They are also found in New Zealand. So here on Penguin Island though, we don't call the island Penguin Island for nothing. We have the largest breeding colony of little penguins in Western Australia. The numbers currently estimated to be at around 1,000 adult birds. Who's seen a wild penguin today? Yep. Yeah? How many? Oh, well done. Anyone else? Wow. Leaves 999 unaccounted for, doesn't it? Anybody any idea what those 999 penguins are doing?
Sleeping.
Some might be sleeping. These birds are
Fishing.
Perry, by the way, fishing is the right answer. Getting into sleeping, they're actually polyphasic, these birds, simply meaning many phases. They're active day and night, both out at sea and on land. They sleep for 2 or 3 minutes at a time, or do this every hour or so. So some of them may well be sleeping, but during the daytime, unless they're molting or breeding, they are out in the water fishing. So seldom seen on land during daylight, and when they are on land during the daytime, you can see they're tiny. They're penguins. Can penguins fly?
No.
Of course they can't. Our Duplantis, they do a lot of pooing, but they never fly, never fly. So these birds very, very vulnerable to predation, so very cryptic whilst on land. They hide right down under the thick vegetation, in their burrows, anywhere they feel nice and safe and secure. So you're not likely to see too many penguins as you wander around the island today. That's where these fabulous birds come in. These ones in here have, for the most part, been rescued as injured adults or abandoned chicks. Any rescued birds are taken extremely good care of course, until we're able to keep. What do you think we do once we finish looking after them? Somebody asked if we ate them the other day. Do you think we eat them? Nearly caught you, didn't I? We don't eat them. We let them go. Is that what you were going to say? Yeah, we release them back into the wild. That is, of course, our aim. We generally are successful. These birds do very well once taken into care. Every now and then, however, we'll have birds deemed unsuitable for release. These birds in here all have their own individual stories, but one thing they have in common, very unlikely to survive as wild birds. Hi there, Tina. So they are taken really good care of in here. They're very, very spoilt birds. In the wild, a little penguin, average life expectancy, anywhere between 7 and 10 years, over 10 years in the wild, and they are doing extraordinarily well. In here, our oldest bird is Lou, and Lou is now 23 years old. So, yeah, wow is the right reaction. But as I said, these birds are very spoiled, they want for nothing, they can expect, hopefully, all to live at least as long as Lou. But not only that, these birds, as I said, your best chance of seeing a little penguin on Penguin Island. So we have Tino and Splash here. So these little birds, very well looked after. They are also fantastic ambassadors for their breed. By coming in here, you get great photo opportunities. Some of our penguins really seem to actually quite like having their photos taken. Our oldest bird, Lou, likes nothing better than to stand on that rock there, that's his favourite rock, and pose for photographs in between feeds. So if you come in later and see a penguin standing there, you won't know that he's an elderly penguin because he still looks pretty amazing. But if there's a penguin standing on that rock there, you can almost guarantee it's a 23-year-old Lou. He'll stand holding his flippers out gorgeous to one side, and then he'll turn around and give you his other side. Most people leave here with a photograph of Lou. He's on all our advertising material, usually with a very wild, sort of attractive background behind him, nice turquoise ocean. Don't be fooled, it's always Lou standing on that rock, just superimposed onto a natural looking background. So at 23 though, he deserves that fame and popularity. He has been a fantastic ambassador of this breed for many years here now. So as I said, these ones very, very spoiled and very well looked after. Now the one just approaching the bucket now is Jerry. And I have to tell you, she is the best example of a female little penguin, or at least the easiest to tell that I've seen. She's so spoiled, incidentally, she won't even hold her own beaker. Come on, I beat her. And it is because she's spoiled. But have a good look at her, and I want you to compare her to the one standing close to the water near her, because that is a pretty good example of a male little penguin. So compare the two and see if you can tell me how you tell the difference between male and female just from looking at them.
She's thinner.
Anyway?
She's thinner.
Slimmer's kind of getting there. You're close, yeah?
She tapers at the back.
What were you going to say? Yes, that's because he's a bit of a shark. He's trying to get your attention.